You know that feeling, right? That sort of constant background noise of, I just don't have enough time.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Whether it's for that big dream project or maybe a new hobby you really want to try, or even just wanting more free time for yourself, it feels pretty universal.
It really does.
So today we're going to try and cut through that noise. We're doing a deep dive into Marc Reklau's book, The Productivity Revolution. It's basically a guide designed to help you not just find more time, but really master how you spend it.
And this isn't, your typical time management manual.
Right.
What Reklau calls the revolution here, it's really all about the inner game of productivity.
Okay.
So it's focusing on your attitude, your underlying beliefs, even, interestingly, your personal happiness.
Happiness, really?
Yeah, the really surprising insight here, and it is backed by research, is that happier brains are actually 20 to 30% more productive.
Wow, okay.
So our conversation today, it isn't just about tactical checklists and things. It's about how cultivating genuine happiness directly impacts your ability to, well, get things done.
Exactly. Because when we talk about time management, we're definitely not suggesting you can magically, add hours to the day.
Right. We all get the same 24.
We all have 24 hours, same as everyone else. What we are talking about is managing how you spend those hours, and maybe more importantly, how you prioritize your actions within that time. So our mission for you today is pretty clear. We're diving deep into Reklau's core ideas and his most impactful strategies. We want to equip you with some powerful habits, some crucial mindset shifts, so you can stop just being busy,
Right. Busy versus productive. Big difference.
And start being truly productive. It's really about consistently finding the time for what you truly love.
Okay, so let's lay the foundation.
Yeah.
Reklau identifies something as absolutely crucial right at the start.
What's that?
Self-discipline and commitment. He puts this right at the beginning of the book, and there's a good reason. Productivity, like at its core, means doing what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Even when you don't really feel like it.
Yeah.
Even when your motivation is low.
Okay, but the good news is self-discipline isn't some fixed thing you either have or you don't.
Yeah, exactly. It's a muscle.
It's a muscle. And you build it by starting small. So instead of saying, I'm going to write a book, maybe aim for, say, 1,000 words a day.
Totally achievable.
Or if you're always glued to your phone, try not answering it for just 1 hour. Maybe one day this week. Reklau suggests a really powerful one. Avoid your phone, social media, emails for the first 90 minutes after you wake up.
Ooh, that's a tough one for many people.
Imagine the clarity, though.
It's incredibly important to keep commitments. Not just to other people, but maybe especially to yourself. Reklau points out that when you don't follow through on those promises to yourself, well, you lose energy, you lose clarity, and maybe worst of all, you lose self-esteem.
That makes sense.
And on the flip side, learning to say no to things you don't need to do, that's one of the most powerful time-saving tricks you'll ever learn. It protects your mental space, your energy, and your actual calendar.
Okay, that brings us nicely to setting your productivity goals. It might sound really simple, but there's huge power in actually writing your goals down.
Yeah, it seems basic, but it works.
Think of it like setting the GPS for your whole productivity journey, right? If you don't know where you're going.
How do you get there? Yeah. Reklau himself admits he was a bit skeptical about this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he decided to try it. And he saw, well, incredible things happen. He set a goal to sell 2,500 books in 2015.
Okay.
And he ended up selling over 12,000.
Wow. That's huge.
Right. So writing goals down, it forces your mind to see their importance. It sharpens your focus, helps you make better decisions day to day, and lets you track your progress. It's a real game changer.
So how do you actually put this into practice? Well, Reklau says be precise, know exactly what you want to achieve,
Vague goals don't work.
frame them positively, then break them down into small, achievable action steps, little chunks.
Make it manageable.
And crucially, set deadlines. Even if they're a bit flexible, deadlines create that sense of urgency that, pushes you forward.
And here's a neat little trick Reklau shares.
Yeah.
Reward your effort,
Yeah.
not just the end result.
Oh, I like that.
If you improve by just 10 minutes a day, that adds up fast. You gain nearly 2.5 hours in just 4 weeks.
That's significant.
For practical tools, he suggests something really simple, like keeping a small card with your goals in your wallet.
Okay.
And just reviewing your task lists daily, weekly, monthly. It keeps you connected to, your why.
Okay, next up. Planning and scheduling. This seems almost trivial sometimes, but Reklau says it's genuinely life-changing.
Yeah, he's big on this.
He plans his week every Sunday afternoon and makes it a habit to plan tomorrow, today. He actually credits this with giving him a lot of time and peace of mind.
There are a few ways you can approach this. You could create task lists, assign times to them, or work in dedicated blocks. Reklau often uses like a 90-minute work block, then a 30-minute break, or even a 3-hour deep work session with maybe a 2-hour break. The main idea is identify your top 5 priorities for tomorrow, and then actually schedule time for them. Block it out.
And don't forget to schedule your free time.
Yes, crucial.
Your fun time, travel time, and even buffer time for emergencies or things that pop up. The main principle here is don't just be busy, aim for results. Focus on getting things done.
One common trap people fall into with planning is saying, oh, I don't have time to plan.
Right, the irony.
Exactly. But Reklau insists even just half an hour on a Sunday can totally transform your week. Another issue is being way too optimistic with time estimates. We all do it.
Guilty.
His counter strategy is brilliant, actually. Give yourself more time than you think you need.
Really? How much more?
Well, if he thinks a task will take an hour, he schedules 2.
2 hours, okay.
Yeah. It sounds counterintuitive, but it dramatically reduces stress.
Yeah.
And you feel successful when you finish early.
Okay.
It's a psychological win.
All right, let's get to the absolute heart of productivity now. Prioritizing. It's all about separating what's truly important from what just feels urgent. As Victor Kippers famously put it, the most important thing is that the most important thing is the most important thing.
Simple, but so true.
Yeah.
So how do you actually figure out what is most important? Reklau highlights 2 really powerful frameworks. First, there's the time management matrix. You might know it from Stephen Covey or Eisenhower.
Right, the 4 quadrants.
Exactly. It divides tasks based on regency and importance.
Okay, break it down.
So quadrant 1, urgent and important. These are your crises, your deadlines that are right now. The key question here isn't just how do I fix this, but maybe could better planning in quadrant 2 have stopped this being a crisis?
Ah, interesting. So quadrant 2.
Quadrant 2, not urgent and important. This is where you want to live ideally. Strategic planning, prevention, self-development, building relationships, even planning holidays.
The long-term stuff.
Yes. The more time you invest here, the less stress you have in quadrant 1, and the more your long-term productivity just skyrockets. This is the sweet spot.
Got it. Quadrant 3.
Quadrant 3, urgent and not important. Okay, these are often distractions. Think unproductive meetings, interruptions, requests driven by other people's priorities.
The stuff that feels urgent but doesn't actually move your own needle.
Precisely. You want to minimize, eliminate, or delegate these. A lot of daily stress comes from mistaking these Q3 tasks for Q1 tasks.
And quadrant 4, easy one.
Quadrant 4, not urgent and not important. Yeah, the easy one to identify, hard one to avoid sometimes. Pure time wasters. Mindless web surfing, endless TV, too much social media scrolling. The advice, cut them out entirely, be ruthless.
Okay, that matrix is powerful. What's the other framework?
Building on that, we have the Pareto principle. You probably know it as the 80-20 rule.
Oh, yeah, 80-20.
It suggests that roughly 20% of your efforts give you 80% of your results.
Yeah.
Reklau applies this everywhere. Like in business, 20% of clients often bring in 80% of the revenue. In his personal life, he even noticed he spends 80% of his time in just 20% of his house. It's about identifying and really focusing on those high-impact activities. What gives you the biggest bang for your buck, time-wise?
And when it comes to focus, Reklau is really blunt about something.
Oh, yeah.
Multitasking. He basically calls it a big lie.
He does.
Yep.
And the studies back him up completely.
Well-
It makes you slower, less effective, and can even temporarily, lower your IQ.
Wow.
You're not actually doing things at the same time. You're just rapidly switching between them. And that switching costs you mental energy every single time.
So if multitasking is out, what's the alternative?
Batching. This means dedicating a focused block of time, maybe an hour or 2, to one specific type of task with 0 interruptions.
Okay, give me an example.
Like setting aside 1 hour only for emails, or another hour just for making phone calls. Group similar tasks together.
Why does that work so well?
Because it lets you get into that flow state, that deep concentration. This saves you all that refocusing time you lose when you switch tasks, and it dramatically increases your speed and the quality of your work.
So you should look at your own tasks.
Yeah, definitely. Which ones can you group? Planning, reading, writing, answering messages, they all work really well with batching.
Okay, here's a bold claim from Reklau for you. You will earn an hour for every 5 minutes you spend on organizing.
Wow, that's quite a claim.
Right. We often use that excuse, I'm too busy to get organized, but Reklau flips it. He says being disorganized is why you're so busy.
That hits home. It's stark when you hear stats like some executives spending 30 to 50% of their time just looking for documents.
Crazy. So what can you do?
Reklau offers really simple, actionable stuff, like dedicate the first 15 minutes of your day just to prioritizing. Spend maybe an hour a week organizing and filing papers. Embrace the 5-minute rule. If a task takes less than 5 minutes, just do it now. Don't put it off.
Get it off the list.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Spend 15 minutes daily clearing your desk, getting rid of clutter. For your email inbox, delete old stuff, file important things, print if you must. An IT tech apparently told him deleting old emails actually saves energy costs, besides making you feel lighter.
Huh. Interesting side benefit.
And crucially, don't take on new tasks until your current ones are under control. Try to do jobs right the first time to avoid rework.
And that idea of organizing, it goes beyond just papers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Apply it to your physical workspace. Keep only essentials close, have a clean surface, maybe use work trays. And extend it to your mind, too. Write down thoughts, ideas. Get them out of your head and onto paper or digital notes. Bring order to the mental chaos.
Does he talk about, like, home organization, too?
Oh, yeah. Big time. Decluttering your home. He suggests a practical rule. If you haven't worn something in a year, maybe it's time to let it go.
1-year rule. Okay.
Question those items you keep just because you think, oh, this will be useful one day. He mentions Marie Kondo's "does it spark joy" idea, though he personally prefers just giving things away. He tells a story about a client who decluttered his whole apartment in one weekend
Wow.
and felt this massive energy boost. The feeling of lightness and control is apparently huge.
When you add up these small changes, the time savings, they're actually pretty amazing.
They really are. 30 hours a year just from not searching for work stuff, another 30 for home organization, that's 60 hours gained right there.
And Reklau says that's just the beginning.
Okay, here's something really impactful. The hidden cost of distractions and interruptions.
Right, they're not just annoying.
No, it's not just the time you spend being interrupted. It's the 7 to 25 minutes it takes to refocus afterward.
7 to 25 minutes per interruption.
Yeah, think about that. If you get interrupted 10 times a day, you could be losing anywhere from 70 minutes to like 4 hours of productive time, just getting back on track.
That's staggering. And we face both internal interruptions, right, like our own thoughts wandering off, and external ones, phones, notifications, colleagues dropping by.
And mastering those external ones often boils down to what Reklau calls the art of saying no.
Ah, the big NO. Hard for some people.
It is. He advises practicing polite but firm rejections, maybe offer alternatives, set clear limits. If you say yes to everything, you're basically letting other people control your schedule. And you'll end up working late, feeling resentful.
What about interruptions from, say, workmates or even your boss? That's trickier.
It is, but it's about setting boundaries. Don't feel you have to treat every request as urgent. Take a moment, think. If it's valid, maybe schedule a time to deal with it. If it's your balk, explain how it impacts your other priorities. Maybe renegotiate. Keeping an interruptions log for a week or two can also be really revealing about where your time actually goes.
Okay, let's talk about the phone, the constant calls.
Major culprit. Reklau is adamant. You do not have to answer every single ring. Your phone is for your convenience, remember, not the caller's immediate whim.
He shares a really powerful story about this, right? Steve, the sales manager.
Yeah, great story. This guy was super stressed getting 60, 80 calls a day.
Wow.
He started letting calls go to voicemail for just an hour a day, changed his message slightly, and his daily calls dropped by half.
Just like that.
Just like that. Even more amazing, 80% of the problems people were calling about, they got solved before he even called them back. People figured it out themselves or found another way.
That says a lot. So batching outgoing calls makes sense too.
Definitely. Control your communication flow.
So practically, how do you actively avoid distractions? What are the tactics?
Close your internet browser unless you need it for the specific task at hand. Turn off your mobile phone, or at least put it on airplane mode. Disable all those notifications.
The pings and buzzes.
Log out of social media accounts. Set fixed times for checking emails, maybe just 3 times a day, 30 minutes each. And if you have an office door, close it. Signal you're focusing. These small actions create huge blocks of focus time.
Even just an hour or two of that focused time can make a massive difference, Reklau says.
Absolutely. Miracles can happen in that focus time. He also strongly advises against having the TV on while working from home. It's just too tempting, too distracting.
Use it as a reward instead.
Exactly. Like, if I finish this report by 10 a.m., I get to watch 2 hours of my favorite show.
Yeah.
It helps you get things done and makes you more aware of your typical distractions. TV, games, constantly checking your phone, mindless surfing, even just worrying.
Okay, let's tackle the big one. Procrastination. If you feel like you're working all day but not seeing real results, chances are you're procrastinating on the important stuff.
We all do it. The goal isn't perfect elimination, just minimizing its impact.
How do you know you're doing it, besides the obvious feeling of dread?
Well, it's when you're actively avoiding something you know should be done.
Yeah.
Putting things off, hoping they'll magically get better or go away.
We're doing other things instead, right?
Yeah.
Even productive things, but not the main thing.
Yes. Reklau shares a funny, relatable story about himself. Cleaning his apartment like mad, but only when he had exams to study for.
Classic avoidance tactic. Okay, let's run through some common procrastination excuses and Reklau's solutions. First one, I don't have enough time.
His antidote is simple. Action. Just taking that first tiny step is the best way to build momentum.
Okay, what about too many things on my plate? Feeling overwhelmed.
Prioritize. Focus on the tasks that give the best results. Remember Pareto. Don't get lost in the sheer volume of everything.
I can't decide what to start with. Analysis paralysis.
Reklau suggests tackling the biggest, most overwhelming decision or task first. Getting that out of the way often creates huge momentum.
Ooh, here's a dangerous one. It's not perfect yet.
He calls this one of the most dangerous excuses. Leads to paralysis by analysis. His counter. A mantra. Done is better than perfect.
Just get it done.
Yeah. He even suggests calculating how much your time is worth financially to see if that extra hour of tweaking for perfection is actually worth it. Usually it's not.
Last one, it's not the right time, or I'm waiting for the right moment.
The waiting for all the lights to turn green excuse. His analogy is perfect.
Yeah.
You'd never leave your driveway. The right time is always end out of you. Just start.
And the consequences of procrastinating, they're not just about the task not getting done, are they?
No, they're profound. Guilt, anxiety, self-loathing, even depression sometimes. You lose twice.
Yep.
You don't do the task, and you can't even enjoy the thing you're doing instead because of that background guilt.
So summarizing the solutions, be honest with yourself. Ask, what's the cost of me procrastinating on this?
Yeah, make it real.
Then dive straight in. Focus on the results, the rewards of finishing. Use accountability, tell a coach, a friend, a partner. Set clear deadlines, break big tasks down.
And that tip about doing uncomfortable tasks first thing in the morning, it's golden. Get it out of the way.
Yeah, eat the frog.
Yeah.
And focus on those high-impact, maybe money-making tasks first.
Okay, moving into some simple habits that can have a really big impact. Reklau's first one is super direct. Do it NEW.
The direct antidote.
Exactly. It cuts through procrastination and anxiety. For any task that takes less than 5 minutes, just do it immediately. Don't even think about it.
And this definitely includes tackling those uncomfortable tasks first thing in the morning. It's tough, maybe, but it lifts that mental burden for the entire day.
Totally. If you postpone it, you just carry that weight around. It drains you.
Okay, this next one sounds intriguing. Work against time.
Yeah, challenge yourself. Set deadlines. Use accountability. Reklau suggests rewarding yourself for meeting deadlines. Maybe watch your favorite show, a movie.
Rather than punishing failure. Positive reinforcement.
Right. It taps into what he calls the last day before vacation mindset.
Oh yeah, suddenly you're superhuman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything gets done because it has to. This ties into Parkinson's law. Work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion.
Meaning if you give yourself a week, it takes a week. Give yourself a day.
It might just take a day. Deadlines force focus. They make you cut out the fluff. He gives an example of a logistics manager who'd spend 20 minutes on personal calls with freight forwarders.
Chatting.
Yeah, when 5 minutes would done the job. Think about the hours lost each week from that kind of time creep.
So be more intentional with time limits. Use a concise script on the phone, maybe?
Yeah, something like, hey, I've only got 5 minutes. What can I do for you? Get straight to the point. Use email templates, too, and set yourself little challenges like, right, I'm going to get this report done in 1 hour. Creates that productive urgency.
What about structured methods like Pomodoro?
Absolutely. The Pomodoro method, 25 minutes focused work, 5-minute break, longer break after 4 rounds. It's simple, but incredibly effective for boosting focus and cutting distractions. He mentions hearing about whole departments using it and seeing productivity just explode.
Okay, let's talk rituals. Developing a morning ritual. Reklau seems really passionate about this one.
Oh, it's one of his favorites. A key to well-being, wealth, productivity. He really emphasizes that the first 30 minutes after waking are crucial. They set the tone for the whole day.
So what can you actually do in that time? It sounds nice, but practically.
He challenges us to get up just 30 to 60 minutes earlier. Doesn't have to be hours.
Okay.
And activities could include things like positive affirmations, maybe 5 minutes of just thinking about what you're grateful for, 15 minutes of quiet time or meditation, visualizing your day going well.
Reviewing your schedule.
Yeah, reviewing your schedule, watching the sunrise if you can, a quick run or walk, journaling. It's about being intentional with that first part of the day, not just reacting.
And if the morning ritual is important?
Then the evening ritual is just as important, maybe even more so. Reklau argues the last half hour before sleep is crucial because it shapes your subconscious mind while you sleep.
Okay, so what does an evening ritual look like?
Again, could include journaling, reflecting on the day, what are you grateful for? What 3 things did you do well? How could you improve? What's your main goal for tomorrow?
Planning tomorrow, today, again?
Exactly. Visualizing your ideal day tomorrow. Maybe reading something inspirational.
What should you avoid before bed?
Ah, yes. He strongly advises against watching the news or any kind of agitating, stressful movies or shows right before bed.
Why is that?
It's about protecting your subconscious. It's highly suggestible as you fall asleep. You don't want to fill it with negativity and anxiety right before you rest.
Makes sense. Okay, here's a habit Reklau claims will improve your productivity and your life a lot. Sounds big.
Which one's that?
Learning to say no.
Yeah.
He argues the most successful people say no to, quote, nearly everything.
It's powerful. When you realize saying no to something you don't want to do is actually saying yes to yourself, to your own priorities, it's empowering.
He talks about his own experience with this, right?
Yeah, he recounts being overwhelmed with unwanted invitations, doing favors at work that snowballed, until he just said, enough. He learned that if you say yes to everything, other people end up controlling your schedule, and you just work overtime and feel burned out.
So the message is, say no without guilt. It's for your own well-being.
Right. You can still help people, do favors, but maybe under your conditions, as he puts it. His core message is firm. You are the most important person in your life. You have to protect your time and energy.
Here's a surprisingly simple one he suggests. Arrive 10 minutes early.
Yeah, seems small, but he frames it as a stress relief technique, not just about being punctual.
How so?
It eliminates that feeling of rushing. It gives you a moment to handle a quick task like check one email or make a brief call, and it gives you time to just compose your thoughts before a meeting starts. He says adopting this for work drastically cut his stress right from the start of the day.
There's that French proverb he quotes, something like, while we keep a man waiting, he reflects on our shortcomings.
Yeah, it highlights the professionalism, the respect that being on time or early conveys. Sets a really positive tone.
Okay, this next one sounds like a really big deal for reducing stress, especially at work.
What's that?
Under-promise, over-deliver. He says it can reduce professional stress to virtually zero.
That's a bold claim, but he has a great story. When he was a logistics manager, if production said a delivery would be ready April 5th, he'd tell the client April 10th.
Giving himself a buffer.
A big buffer. What happened? Deliveries often arrived maybe April 7th. The clients were extremely grateful.
Instead of angry about it being late.
Exactly. This approach helped him slash late deliveries from nearly 50% down to almost zero over 3 years. And later, he found a study linking feeling little control over deadlines to a 50% higher risk of coronary heart disease.
Wow. So it's good for your health, too.
It's a strategy for peace of mind and success.
And you can apply this broadly, right? Not just in logistics.
Oh, absolutely. Tell your boss a project takes 5 days if you think it'll take 3. Finish in 4, you look amazing. Apply it personally, too. Tell friends you'll arrive in an hour if the journey takes 30 minutes. Showing up early actually says, you're important to me, rather than rushing in stressed.
Okay, back to the phone for a second. Reklau really challenges that belief that you must always answer it.
Yeah, he wants you to remember, the phone is for your convenience, not the caller's. You control it.
Let's revisit Steve, that sales manager. The results were amazing.
Incredible, right? Letting calls go to voicemails for just an hour a day, changing his message slightly, his calls cut in half.
And 80% of the problems just vanished before he called back.
They got resolved. He stresses you won't lose clients if you call back promptly. The freedom and control you gain by letting calls go to voicemail, by choosing when you respond, is immense.
Okay, shifting gears slightly. Michael J. Fox, quote, family is not an important thing, it's everything.
Yeah, and this isn't just, a nice sentiment. It's backed by solid research. Studies consistently show strong relationships are one of the most powerful predictors of success and happiness.
Yet, often, when people get stressed,
So they cut family time first, when they should be doing the opposite. He mentions Bronnie Ware's book, The 5 Regrets of the Dying.
oh yeah, powerful book.
Not spending more time with family is right up there as a top regret.
So the key is being fully present when you are with family and friends. Disconnect from work.
Exactly. And perhaps surprisingly, making time for this actually boosts your overall productivity and well-being. It refuels you.
It might seem counterintuitive, but Reklau insists. Taking time off boosts productivity, it doesn't harm it.
It really does. It's essential to properly slow down, disconnect, recharge. You can't run on empty.
So how do you actually make this happen? Life gets busy.
Schedule it. Put relaxation time in your calendar, just like a meeting. Reklau even suggests completely disconnecting, no internet, no TV, no electronics for a whole weekend sometimes.
Wow, a digital detox.
Yeah. He tells a personal story about a houseboat vacation in France. No phone, no internet, no TV, just ducks and moving at like 8 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
That forced slowdown was incredibly restorative for him.
Okay, how about this quote? When you can't figure out what to do, it's time for a nap. Mason Cooley.
And science actually backs this up. A midday power nap. It re-energizes, refreshes, significantly increases productivity.
Did Reklau do this?
Oh yeah, daily. He aimed for a 45 to 90-minute nap. It meant he only needed about 6 hours sleep at night. He said he felt clearer, more focused, much calmer during stressful times at his old job because of it. It literally created 2 halves to his working day, giving him a reset.
Okay, here's a way to potentially reclaim huge chunks of time. Maximize lost time.
The irony, right? We complain about not having time, but we waste so much.
Think about commuting. For many people, that's 60 to 90 minutes a day. That's 20, 30 hours a month.
Huge amount of time. Reklau reframes this lost time. He says it's an incredible opportunity to basically go to university again.
Ow.
Listen to audiobooks, podcasts like this one, empowering talks, or just read if you're on public transport. He actually wrote half a book on the train commute.
No way.
Yeah, and he suggests using those little pockets of time, like waiting in line at the supermarket for quick emails or social media checks, turn dead time into productive moments.
Keeping a journal. Reklau says this has a crucial impact on your productivity. How?
It provides perspective. It lets you relive happy moments, which boosts mood. And it helps you reflect on the work you've actually done, which boosts self-esteem.
What are the other benefits?
Well, that mood boost ties back to happiness. And remember, happy people are about 20% more productive, according to positive psychology studies. It also helps shift your focus to positive things, can lead to better sleep as you process the day, and lets your subconscious work on things overnight. Small habit, massive returns.
So, practically, what does he suggest journaling?
He offers 5 key questions to answer each night. What are you grateful for? What 3 things made you happy today? What 3 things did you do well? How could you have made today even better? And what's your most important goal for tomorrow?
That's quite specific.
Yeah, but powerful. He encourages trying it for at least a month to really feel the impact.
Okay, here's maybe the most direct way to gain time back, but maybe the hardest for some. Stop watching TV.
Yeah, the fastest way to free up hours, the average American or European watches, 4 to 5 hours a day?
That much, wow.
Yeah, that's 28 to 35 hours a week. If you cut that down to just 1 hour a day, you instantly gain back 20 hours a week. And yes, that includes endless YouTube scrolling.
It's not just the time, though, is it? He calls TV an energy robber.
It often is. He challenges you. Go a week without watching the news, see how you feel. He personally felt a lot better. He also notes, kind of interestingly, that people who don't watch much TV tend to be better judges of reality, less influenced by the constant drama cycle.
So what's the alternative?
Substitute it. Go for a walk, spend quality time with family, read a book. Be intentional with that time.
All right, let's pivot now into what Reklau calls the inner game of productivity. This sounds deep. Where does it start?
It all begins with knowing yourself. He argues that the very first step for any kind of self-improvement, including productivity, has to be deep self-awareness.
How do you even start that?
His coaching process actually begins with a questionnaire. And he stresses you have to be brutally honest with yourself.
What kind of questions?
Things like, what are your deepest dreams? What would you truly regret not doing if you look back on your life? What really motivates you? What limits you? What do you kind of pretend not to know about yourself? And what are you genuinely proud of? It's about digging into your inner landscape.
Okay, moving deeper into this inner game. The concept of belief. Reklau puts forward this powerful idea. Your beliefs create your reality.
And this isn't just, positive thinking fluff. There's real science here. Think about the placebo effect. He mentions a 1998 New York Times experiment.
The poison ivy one.
Yeah, where subjects got poison ivy symptoms just from believing a harmless plant was poison ivy. Their belief created a physical reaction.
Wow.
Or the Pygmalion effect. Remember that 1960s school experiment? Teachers were told random average students were academic superstars.
And the students actually performed better.
Extraordinarily better.
Yeah.
Just because the teachers believed they would. Your beliefs profoundly influence your emotions, which then drive your actions, which ultimately create your results. It's a chain reaction.
So what does this mean for you listening right now?
It means challenging those limiting beliefs you might hold. Things like, I don't have enough time, or I'll never finish this project, or I'm not organized.
And replacing them.
Consciously adopt empowering beliefs like, I always find the time for what's important, or I can do in 2 hours what takes others 6. Remember Roger Bannister breaking the 4-minute mile?
Yeah, everyone thought it was impossible.
Until he did it. Then suddenly loads of others did it almost immediately. Beliefs shift reality.
Okay, another core tool Reklau talks about is visualization.
Huge one. He states that your subconscious mind literally cannot tell the difference between a really detailed emotional visualization and actual reality.
Is there proof for that? Sounds a bit out there.
There is, actually. Tony Robbins famously used it with the U.S. Army for pistol shooting performance shot up dramatically. There were studies on basketball free throws showing the same thing. Neuroscientists confirm it. The same neurons fire in your brain when you imagine doing something vividly as when you actually do it.
Okay, so how do you use this for productivity?
Visualize yourself being productive. Don't just think it, feel it. Engage all your senses in the visualization. What does being productive smell like, sound like, feel like in your body? The more emotion you attach, the stronger the impact. He suggests doing this for maybe 15 minutes daily, perhaps in your morning or evening ritual.
All right, let's talk energy. High productivity needs high energy, right?
Absolutely. And these next habits are often seen as common sense. But as Reklau points out, common sense is not always common action.
Okay, first one. Surround yourself with the right people. Jim Rohn quote. You are the average of the 5 persons you spend the most time with.
Yeah, this links to emotional contagion. There was a Yale experiment showing just one positive person could significantly boost a whole team's performance.
So you need to ask yourself,
Are you hanging around energy vampires? The naysayers, the blamers, the gossips? Or are you choosing people who genuinely motivate and empower you? Steve Jobs said it well. Don't let the noise of the opinions of others drown your own inner voice.
next energy booster. Treat your body like a temple. The irony here
Is that everyone says health is important, but then they neglect it.
So what are the key habits here for productivity?
The basics, really, but they're powerful. A balanced diet, more fruits, veggies, less red meat, lots of water, less junk. And regular exercise. Studies show exercising just 3 times a week can be as effective as antidepressants for depression, with lower relapse rates. It's foundational.
And another big one for energy and time, wake up early.
Yeah, we touched on this. An hour earlier each day is 365 extra hours a year. That's huge.
What's special about the morning, energy-wise?
Reklau talks about this special energy in the early hours before sunrise. His personal experience waking early for a walk by the sea, it brought him happiness, clarity, focus, calmness. Many successful people are known early birds. Mandela, Gandhi, Obama.
Do you need less sleep then?
He notes that 6 hours of quality sleep, especially if paired with that power nap we discussed, can often be enough. Quality over quantity.
Mark Twain quote, the man who doesn't read has no advantage over the man that can't read. Reading for energy.
Reading for knowledge, which fuels energy and productivity. Think about it. Just 30 minutes of reading a day is 182 hours of learning a year. Reklau went from not reading for years to reading 2 books a week.
Wow. How do you fit that in?
Always have a book with you. Substitute TV time, especially before bed, with reading. Make a list, commit to reading, say, 6 specific books in the next 3 months. Make it a goal.
What about breaks? Counterintuitive, maybe?
Counter to the hustle culture belief that more work always equals more results. Being tired actually tanks your efficiency, your creativity, your decision-making.
So breaks are essential. How often?
Reklau strongly recommends short 5-minute breaks every hour. Or, if you're really in a deep flow state, maybe longer breaks 30 minutes after every couple of hours of intense work. Your brain needs that downtime to recharge and process.
Okay, here's a quick one from neurolinguistic programming. Change your posture, change your mind.
Yeah, simple but effective. Try it right now. Just stand or sit up straighter, pull your shoulders back, lift your head slightly. You often feel an immediate shift, right? More confident, more alert.
Is there science behind that?
There is. A 2009 study showed sitting straight correlates with higher self-confidence, and Amy Cuddy's famous TED Talk on power postures.
The Wonder Woman pose.
Exactly. Holding a pose like that for just 2 minutes was shown to increase testosterone, link to confidence, by 20%, and decrease cortisol, the stress hormone, by 25%. Your body language can literally change your internal chemistry.
This next one feels really important for staying motivated. Celebrate your wins.
Yes, so crucial. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small it seems.
Yeah.
Thomas Peters said, celebrate what you want to see more of.
So what counts as a win worth celebrating?
Anything. Crossing off a task on your list. Not picking up your phone during a focused work block. Writing those 2,000 words on your book. Celebrate the small victories along the way.
How do you celebrate? Doesn't have to be a big party.
No. Be creative. A walk in nature, visit a museum, watch a movie, listen to your favorite music. Just consciously acknowledge the effort and the progress. It fuels the next step.
Okay, another mindset piece. Take control.
This is huge. It's scientifically proven. Believing you have control over your life leads to more success, more happiness, less stress. You have to see yourself as the designer of your life and your productivity, not just reacting to external stuff.
So challenging that victim mentality.
Exactly. It's not them calling you whenever they want. It's you choosing to take the call. It's not them always giving you extra work. It might be you being hesitant to set boundaries.
Taking responsibility feels hard sometimes.
It can be, but it's also incredibly liberating. If you blame others, then they have to change for your life to get better. Good luck with that.
Right.
But if you're the protagonist, you have the power to change things. You control your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, your time. It's about consciously responding to situations, not just automatically reacting.
Here's a really simple action with big ripple effects. Smile more.
Sounds too simple? Maybe, but it works. Smiling genuinely improves your quality of life, health, relationships, and yes, even productivity.
What's the science say?
Lots. Laughing and smiling improve your mental state, boost creativity. Studies show smiling can actually alter your stress response, slows your heart rate, decreases stress hormones, even if you force the smile when you're not feeling happy.
So just the physical act helps.
Yeah, it sends a signal to your brain saying, hey, things are all right. If you don't feel like it, try that trick. Hold a pen sideways in your teeth, forcing a smile shape. A Wayne University study even linked the intensity of smiles in old photos to longevity.
Wow. What else does smiling do?
Releases serotonin and endorphins, natural mood boosters, lowers blood pressure, increases mental clarity, boosts your immune system, gives you a more positive outlook. It's free, easy, and incredibly effective.
Okay, fake it till you become it. William James's idea.
Yeah, profound wisdom. If you want a quality, act as if you already have it.
So how do you apply that to productivity?
Act as if you are already productive. Speak like a productive person, walk like one, hold the body posture of someone who's got things under control. Remember, your subconscious doesn't really distinguish between detailed imagination and reality. Use that.
This leads nicely into modeling, right?
Exactly. Observe people you know who are successful and productive. What do they do? How do they operate? Consciously copy them. Reklau himself is a great example. He says, 6, 7 years ago, I was not productive and not organized at all, and today I'm writing a book about productivity. He embodied the change. He faked it till he became it.
Ultimately, Reklau says your attitude is crucial for everything, especially time management.
Absolutely. It fundamentally changes how you see and face every single situation that comes your way.
Life throws curveballs.
Life is a mix of good and bad. You have to accept the rules of the game. But Reklau insists every challenge is also an opportunity. He encourages you to actively look for the positive in every situation, even if it's hard to see at first. He uses that analogy. Life gives you lemons. You can make lemonade, or you can grab the salt and tequila.
Choose your response.
It's your choice how you respond.
Learn from mistakes, ask for help when you need it, and don't let your past define your future. His message is really empowering. You can do it, and above all, you've earned it. Believe in yourself.
One last really profound point from the inner game section. Watch your words.
The stories we tell ourselves.
Exactly. Reklau says, the only thing that's keeping you from getting what you want is the story you keep telling yourself. Your words are incredibly powerful. They literally shape your experience, your inner dialogue. It's like a constant hypnotic suggestion to your subconscious.
So you need to listen to that self-talk. Challenge the negative stuff.
Definitely. Things like, I'm so lazy, I never have time, I'm always tired. Your subconscious takes these literally, almost like pictures. Feed it positive images with positive words.
Instead of complaining, ask better questions.
Yes. Adopt positive self-talk and, crucially, ask empowering questions. Instead of, why am I so overwhelmed? Hey, ask, how can I find more time? Or how can I get more energy? Or how can I get this done more easily? Your brain is a problem-solving machine. It will start searching for answers to those positive questions. Life, Reklau believes, really does give you what you expect.
Okay, before we wrap things up, let's touch on something important. The danger of burnout. It can creep up silently.
Very real danger. The symptoms. You're working more but getting less done. Sleep is poor. You start to hate your work, feel stuck, lose enthusiasm.
Working crazy hours isn't sustainable.
No, working 20 hours a day is just a fast lane to burnout. Prevention is everything. Reklau recommends. Take time off every week, at least one full day completely off. Get enough sleep. Prioritize self-care, whatever that means for you. Massage, walk, bubble bath.
And
Critically, learn to ditch projects. Remember Pareto's 80-20 rule. Focus on the 20% of projects or tasks that bring 80% of the results or income. You have to be willing to let go of the rest. You simply cannot do everything.
Okay, so we've covered a massive amount today from Reklau's The Productivity Revolution. We started with building self-discipline, the power of writing goals.
Planning, scheduling, the vital art of saying no, busting the multitasking myth, and embracing batching.
We looked at getting organized desk, home, mind as a time saver, not a chore, and understanding the huge hidden cost of distraction.
Tackled procrastination head-on, looking at the excuses and the very practical remedies.
Then we moved into those powerful habits, do it now, working against time using deadlines and Parkinson's law.
The transformative potential of morning and evening rituals, the stress relief of arriving early, under-promising, and over-delivering.
Taking back control of your phone, the surprising productivity boost from family time and power naps, maximizing lost time like commutes.
Journaling for clarity and happiness, and maybe even cutting back on TV to reclaim hours.
And then that whole crucial inner game, knowing yourself, the power of belief and visualization.
Boosting your energy through people, health habits, waking early, reading, taking breaks, even changing your posture.
Celebrating every win, taking radical responsibility and control, the simple power of a smile.
Faking it till you become it, through modeling, guarding your attitude, and watching the incredible power of your words and self-talk.
It's a lot, but Marc Reklau's core message seems clear.
It is. When you find yourself saying, I don't have time, often if you're honest, it translates to this, or you, meaning your own priority, is not important enough for me right now. And the key is, you don't need to implement everything we talked about all at once. That would be overwhelming.
Start small.
Exactly. Pick just one or two habits from the basics, maybe work on planning or saying no. Or really lean into one of those mindset shifts from the inner game, maybe focusing on your beliefs or your self-talk. Start where you feel the most pull.
The final message seems to be, don't wait for some magical future where you suddenly have more time. That day won't come on its own.
You've got this. You have the tools now.
Take control. Start NW. And, as Reklau suggests, in 1 year, you'll be profoundly grateful you started today.
So as you finish listening today, maybe take a moment. What single habit or maybe one mindset shift from this whole deep dive resonates the most? What's the one thing you'll commit to trying first, starting this week?